We've moved to different types of ways of detecting vehicles, or we've been able to move into
and everyone involved in that crash to be safe while we work.
Well, it's been many times that it's been close calls that people have.
Most is the appreciation we get from the public when we do our job.
All right, hello friends, FDOT team members, colleagues, industry partners. My name is Jared Perdue. I am FDOT's secretary. I'm really excited to be bringing you a new way of communicating what's happening in transportation, important accomplishments, achievements, successes, and many other great and amazing opportunities that you all are working on day to day. There's a lot of exciting business that we can talk about and discuss. And in building a team and in aligning ourselves behind a common vision and a common mission, it's really important that we take time to celebrate the amazing accomplishments day in and day out. So as we go into the holiday season, in November, we are going to be celebrating Crash Responder Safety Awareness Week. And so we have many people in our industry that really are champions and heroes for saving lives, supporting the life safety mission of first responders. As part of that, I was able to spend some time in one of our regional traffic management centers. I was able to talk to one of our road rangers. I was also able to talk to a maintenance employee about the work that they do when they respond to incidents, and also sit down with a very important partner of ours, Florida Highway Patrol troopers. So I'm really excited to bring this segment to you. So Jeremy, excited to be here with you today. We're coming up on the months of November, December. That's the holiday season. Mm-hmm. We really start to see a lot heavier traffic. A lot of our very own FDOT family members start traveling. Also, November is Crash Responder Awareness Week in the month of November. And so with that, we're here today inside an RTMC within District 5. So tell me, what is an RTMC and what do you do here?
So an RTMC is a place where we go ahead and bring technology together in order to go ahead and make our roadways safer, make them more efficient. We go ahead and respond to crashes. We go with our partnership with law enforcement, with our first responders. We help to communicate information to them so they know what they're arriving on, help clean things up and get them back operating like normal.
So you're basically managing traffic on our freeway system.
That's exactly right. We're managing traffic and we're informing the public of what's going on so they know also what's happening on our roadsides.
Great. So tell me a little bit about the technology that we've deployed over the years that feeds information back into these regional traffic management centers. What does that consist of?
So when we first started out, they were inductive loops. So we actually had where you cut into the roadway and detected how many cars went over it. Since then, we had cameras that went out there to verify what was happening, as well as dynamic message signs to share the message. And those things are still around. We've moved to different types of ways of detecting vehicles, where we've been able to move into non-intrusive forms of detection, where we actually shoot out a microwave and it bounces back. But we were also seeing new technologies coming about, things like our ability to detect wrong-way drivers. We also have the ability to use connected vehicle technology. So both of those are still present. And then our networking technologies evolved over time as well.
Okay, so I have a really tough question for you.
Yeah.
Do you like your job?
I love my job.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. I was gonna say, I wouldn't take any other job in the world. It's awesome because you get to work with so many people from such a wide variety of disciplines, with a lot of really great technical challenges, mm-hmm. but also you get into those relationships, right? About going ahead and working with our counties, with our cities, with our MPOs in order to really shape our community. And the thing is, you feel like you make a difference every day. Yeah. Because every single day, there's something that happens that you can tangibly go home and you can point to and you can say, we did this. Yep. And it made it better for somebody. So,
if you could highlight one thing about FDOT's culture that you really like, what would that be?
So when we start talking about FDOT culture, it's about people that are committed to their community, that people that want to see things better than what they were before they got there. So when we start talking about FDOT culture, it's about putting others first. It's about going ahead and really having a culture of service. That's really what resonates with me. That's why I'm here. That's why when I talk with others, that's what they tell me that they're all about too, is they really just want to be part of something bigger than themselves, and doing a small thing to make a difference in the way that people get to live their lives every day.
Well, thank you so much, Jeremy. I really absolutely love the operation that you have here. To be quite honest, I spent a few years in District 5,
Yes, you
so
did.
I feel like I'm coming home. And I also spent several years as a district traffic operations engineer. So I feel very at home here. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Trooper Garcia, thank you so much for being here with me today. We're coming up on the holiday season, which is a great time, for our very own employees, our team members, both with FDOT, FHP, but also for Florida residents to really spend time with family. The traffic numbers increase. There's a lot of travel. We are so passionate about safety between our two organizations. And, at FDOT, we couldn't do what we do without the Florida Highway Patrol. And so just really grateful for your service, your dedication, your commitment, loyalty. Maybe you could just take a few minutes and tell me a little bit about what you do and how you contribute to safety of the traveling public.
Of course. Well, thank you for having me here today. Something about what we do, what I do as a trooper for the Florida Highway Patrol. We definitely, patrol the highways, interstates, state roads. In times where there are crashes, respond out to those incidents, but make sure as well that there is enforcement on those roads to prevent those crashes from happening.
So, safety, it's our number one priority. It's your number one priority. I mean, we both together, we do a lot of campaigns. And so tell me a little bit about how a trooper prioritizes safety when you're out there on the highway.
We prioritize safety mainly for the residents, and as well as the tourists. We get everyone visiting Florida by making sure that when there is speeding involved, we have high activity going on in those areas where there is a lot of population, a lot of traffic going on. As well as even when we do have to initiate, let's say, a pursuit, when that vehicle fails to stop, we still put safety, as our priority there, not only for the violator, the citizens, the drivers, and ourselves as well. Because at the end of the day, we are also putting ourselves at risk when we are having to chase these vehicles at high speeds.
In terms of, you've been with FHP for a while now. So in terms of the things you've experienced, what would you consider to be one of the toughest moments that you faced?
One of the toughest part, for sure, definitely has to be delivering the news to a family member that their relative has died because of a crash. Definitely, it's something that there's no easy way to do it. Unfortunately, there's no nice way to do this. It's just a difficult thing to do for the trooper to deliver that news, and as well as seeing that reaction of that family member finding out for the first time that their loved one won't make it home that night. And unfortunately, especially around the holidays, during this time, we're all celebrating. Everyone's trying to celebrate. And unfortunately, there's this, family I always think about every New Year's Eve. And I remember when I had to deliver the news to that mother that her son wasn't going to make it home that night. And while everyone's celebrating, these families are mourning their loss. They're having to remember that night. And it's just never easy, no matter how many times you deliver that news to a family.
It's just so tragic. And I can only imagine how the weight and magnitude of having to work the scene of an incident and deliver this tragic news to the family. I'm sure it's very impactful.
There's nothing easy about it at all.
Well, Trooper Garcia, thank you so much for what you do. Thank you for your sacrifice every day.
Thank you so much.
Joe, thank you so much for joining me today. So we're coming up on the holiday season. Really want to highlight a lot of the work that our boots on the ground people do, keeping the traveling public safe every day. And there's nothing I'm more proud of than our Road Ranger Service Patrol. I mean, it truly is an amazing service. And you and your peers, you go out there and put your life on the line every day to keep people safe. And so talk to me a little bit about the equipment you have here, the vehicle, and the service that you provide to motorists.
Well, the truck is our main thing of safety because that kind of blocks the road from everybody else hitting us. And it has, we have our chevrons on the back. We have our arrow sign. and our cones and our lights. So this is pretty much our protection to start awareness of what people need to do when they come up to the scene.
Yeah. Yeah. Just so you have the big message sign up there. I'm assuming when you pull over to help somebody, that kind of tells people, hey, move over.
Yeah, we put the board up. It tells them to move over, caution, or change your lanes, and tells everybody what they need to do. They can see it almost a mile away.
So walk me through. You come up on a disabled vehicle. What do you do first?
First thing we do is we get out and we talk to them to see what the problem is. And at that time, if they have a flat tire, disabled, we set up all our MOT, our maintenance of traffic. We set up all our cones, our aero bar, our lights, put our truck in a certain position so everybody can be safe.
I understand you've been doing this for 20 years.
Yes, almost 20, 19 and a half.
That I would say that makes you an expert now.
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about the tougher part of your job. And, I know like when you go out there to help people, you're actually putting yourself in harm's way. So, have you had any experiences where you feel like your life was in danger?
Well, it's been many times that it's been close calls that people have crashed around us, especially when we're in the rain.
Yeah.
I can think of about 7, 8 times that the truck has been hit, twice with me in it. And I got hurt the last time the truck was hit. So it gets pretty scary. When we're on the side of the road, anytime changing a tire, working a crash, and we're on that white line, we're 3 inches or so from the white line. And they're going by at 70 miles an hour. And all it takes is their mirror to kill us.
Yeah. Well, it's really heroic what Road Rangers do. Thank you so much for that. So, Joe, talking to several past Road Rangers, talking to your supervisor, Armando, and those that are currently Road Rangers, I just want to hear it from you. It's very clear to me that you all are so passionate about what you do. Talk to me just from a personal perspective. How does it feel every day when you get up to go to work? Talk to me about that passion that you feel.
Well, even from the first day I became a Road Ranger, I was excited. And I still get that same excitement when I get in my truck every day. Every time I get a call to a crash, I know I have a job to do. And so it's always the same feeling of helping people. I've always been somebody that loves to help people, so the job's perfect. So when we get to a scene and the scene is done, our job as Road Rangers, and I know I take it personally, and I know a lot of other Road Rangers also, is that our job is, while the first responders are doing their job with the fire department, the troopers, and on the sheriff's department, while they're doing their job in the scene, our job is to control traffic and protect them from the scene. And we take that personally, that everybody goes home to their family better.
As somebody who I can tell you, my wife has even been disabled on the side of I-4, that father, that mother, brother, sister, son, daughter, I can tell you that people are so grateful for what you do. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, Jay, thank you so much for being here with me today. We're leading up on the holiday season and really trying to highlight the importance of safety, of awareness, and also highlight what role we play here at FDOT. And so tell me a little bit about your job in the office you work in.
I work out of Oviedo operations, and we maintain the roads. We respond to accidents or potholes or holes in the road. And, a lot of times we've got to provide safety, set up safety so the traveling public can get around any incident or problem that arises on the roadway.
So as part of the team that you're on, actually, you have to, from time to time, respond to incidents and work in harm's way. Let's say if there's like a bad traffic crash or something, you're responsible for cleanup, for setting up the maintenance of traffic and everything that goes with it.
Yep. We do more often than I care to do it, but yeah.
I would say that, that is such an important aspect of what our operation centers and our maintenance employees do. A lot of times, people don't realize that the busy highways are like your office space. And you have to put yourself in harm's way to do your job. Talk a little bit about the prep and, being on call and what that's like and what all you have to bring out to a site when you're called out.
Well, prep work is, depending on what kind of call we get, we kind of assess what we're going to have to need to bring to the job site or to the incident. Whether it's going to be crash trucks or oil dry or just some asphalt to patch a hole. And on call is always a mystery because we don't always get all the information we need when we get a call in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So you're fishing to try to figure out what's going on at the scene, whether it's an accident or it's a hole in the road, and figure out who you're going to call first, who you can get to come out and respond, and then respond.
Yeah.
Get out there and assess the situation.
What about, what would you consider, just thinking back over your career and your experiences, what's one of the toughest things that you've had to deal with?
Dealing with fatalities.
Yeah.
There's always, you don't know what you're gonna walk into something that a lot of people can't handle.
Yeah.
And I've been on a couple that it upset me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really hard to relay what it is until you experience it.
Yeah.
But you try to prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
Yeah. It's so tragic too, because that's somebody's loved one, somebody's friend, and then, having to experience that as part of your job, and deal with the tragedy. I can see where that would be very difficult. Well, we certainly appreciate what you do, and very grateful for the hard work that our maintenance men and women put in every single day. Well, great. Thank you so much, Jay. Really appreciate what you do.
No, thank you.
So as we move into the holiday season, I first of all want to say a sincere thank you and express my gratitude for what each and every one of you do day in and day out. Especially thank you to the individuals who participated in this segment. I personally am very proud of what they do. I'm proud of our team, and I know that you all are proud as well. As we go into the holiday season, please remember to be safe. We definitely want you to get home safe at the end of the holiday season. Enjoy time with family and friends, and also, many of you who have been here for years know and understand and still experience the legacy that a secretary left behind back in the 90s. His name was Ben Watts. He was very proactive in communicating with the industry and with our team members, and had a newsletter that I personally have really appreciated. Those newsletters have lived on in history. And, it's important that we take time to celebrate one another and talk about those things that are important to us. And so hopefully this new form of communication will bring that to fruition again and give us all an opportunity to talk about and celebrate those things that we really care about. Again, thank you for what you do. Have a wonderful holiday season.